They're all up early.
Open the lid.
Carrie Hannon fires up the smoker.
Our big brisket.
His wife, Sherry, starts a fire.
Definitely going to be an outside kind of weekend.
All right, good morning.
And their son, Will, prepares to ride.
Start of day 4, the final push home.
It's all for Luke.
A loss like this, if you don't handle it well, it can bleed into your whole life. I've gone through them occasionally.
The photos stay within reach. Photos of a boy, then a young man, smiling and living with the ones he loved most.
This is a favorite from a later year. This
reminds us of the happiest times with him, because he wasn't always sad. We had one bad year.
Yeah, it was a very one short bad year.
It started with anxiety. One panic attack 2 Januaries ago. It led to depression, hospitalization, and an episode of mania.
When somebody's manic, whatever thought or idea you have, it's to the nth degree. It's like pouring gasoline on it and lighting it on fire. You know, everything is blown way out of proportion.
Luke yelled, he threatened, he moved out, then came back. In photos, he smiled. In many, many moments, Sherry and Carrie feared the worst.
He called me and he said, "Have you heard from Luke?" And I said, "No." And he said, "I'm going to go home." Which he never really leaves work. And he had run a couple of errands, and he came home, and there was a note on the table.
Today, at a tucked-away spot in a park close to home, is a marker where last January, Luke Hannon took his life. He was 25.
The hard things to remember are really, really hard, but they're part of his journey. So, we have to remember those as well.
Luke was my adopted brother, in a sense.
Will was adopted by the Hannons when he was 16. Luke was 3 years younger. The bond among all strengthened fast and holds strong.
After he passed, it was amazing to hear stories from people of which, Luke had randomly reached out to with no alternative motives other than just to offer kind words and a helping hand.
In July, Luke's family went rafting in the Grand Canyon and spread his ashes in the river. They keep chimes outside with his initials engraved. And this January, 1 year later, Will decided to ride his bike in Luke's honor from Jacksonville, Florida to Lawrenceville, Georgia. 400 miles in 4 days.
We put up the GoFundMe. I really thought, we'd get a couple $100s. And when I looked at it this afternoon, I think we were approaching, $10,000.
Now it's $19,000 for the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
You can have memories of him and not be sad all the time. That's what we're trying to get to. The alternative is to forget about him, and I don't want to forget about him.
So the smoker blows, the fire burns, a crowd gathers.
That is my little brother Luke's hat right there on my handlebars.
And a grand gesture unfolds.
I hope you're watching over us and watching over me on this last 40 miles, and I know I'll be thinking about you, buddy.
Even in celebration, there is pain. There is always pain.
I'm so proud of you. Oh my God.
But there is also no choice but to forever remember.
I was having a hard time not crying for the last 20 miles.
No doubt, man. He's always there with us.
These topics, anxiety, mental illness, suicide, these are difficult subjects to discuss publicly, which is part of why Luke's family wanted his story told. They want to help break the stigma. They want people to reach out when they feel like they might need it. To that end, we've got a full list of resources. Check out the link on my Facebook page, Matt Pearl, 11 Alive.